baby, to the edge of the world, telling stories of black kings and queens.
It's Utah, baby.
Every topic, every voice, like a new kind of pearl, shining light on truths to make the future swirl. It's real talk, baby. El Frank and Shy Blue coming through, baby. Real topics, real stuff for the people, baby. Buckle up and let's roll with real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. And it ain't no me without you, baby. It's you talk, baby. And it ain't no me without you, baby. From the heart of the city to the edge of the world.
It's Utah, baby.
Black kings and queens, but both and I'm from. Every time we carry.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You want to start dancing?
What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, sis? How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Look, see, we're thinking the same thing. I'm good. How are you? How are you doing tonight?
Great. I'm blessed.
Awesome, awesome,
Yes.
awesome. It's Monday night, so you know what that means. And oh, Shy, look, early. Look who's in the building. Look, your friend Kane's Raw from last week. Hey, it's gonna be something wild
It's gonna
tonight.
be real tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, y'all know how we start every show. It ain't no us.
Without you, baby.
Oh, yeah. Real Talk family. What's going on? What's going on? Great to be back with the family tonight. Got a great conversation lined up for tonight. But as always, sis, you know me. I'm all about business. And I gotta get it out the way.
You are. Go ahead. Get it
I
out
gotta
the way.
get it out. So let me do what I do. Let's go. So first, no doubt, shout outs. Let's get these shout outs. First shout out of the night, as always, has to go to the man, the myth, the legend, the creator, and the proprietor of You Talk and the You Talk Network himself. I done got good with that shit, sis.
You did. That's your
Oh yeah. I just smooth with it. My little brother, your big brother, our brother, the man himself, Devin Lloyd, aka D. We love you, bro. There he is.
Love you, bro.
Much love, brother. Second shout out of the night, as always, has to go to the super producer, the man behind the mechanics and the engineering and keeping everything flowing and going and everything. Because without him, we shut down. Real talk.
Absolutely.
No pun intended. We shut down.
Done.
Marquise Judge, KJ Productions in the building. Thank you, Marquise, for all that you do, bro.
We love you.
Much love, brother. Thank you.
My heart
Once
better
again.
there,
No doubt. Third shout out of the night, as always, has to go to the man behind the designs. I mean, listen, the man is just good at what he does. The designs.
Get his name right, bro.
Hey, me and him, I ain't gonna put it out, but me and him had a good conversation this weekend.
Okay.
Had some foolishness went down, and me and him really locked in this weekend. So, you know, we had to have, talk as brothers do. So, Mr. Joseph Bernard, aka B Nod, aka JB. That's it. That's the names he go by. I'm gonna go easy on him tonight. Our brother Joseph Bernard. Thank you for what you do, brother. We appreciate it.
We love you.
Yes, sir. B Nod. We love you, bro. Thank you.
So
Fourth shout out. Huh?
How was your week?
Week was all right. Real quick. We'll get into that real quick. Yeah. Fourth shout out of the night, as always, the viewing audience, the rewatch squad, the live watch squad. Thank y'all for being in. Fifth and final shout out, as always, has to go to you, sis. Got to give it to you. I told you. I got to give the props and the credit where the credit is due. Batman got Robin. Jordan got Pippen. Real talk don't run. If you ain't riding shotgun.
I appreciate you just as much, bro. Thank you.
Much love, sis. Much love. So, yeah, week was all right. Weekend was pretty good. If grade A brings his ass in the building, guess what? He getting flamed because I told grade A he's gonna get his ass busted.
What happened? His team lost?
Miami beat the dog shit out of Florida State.
What was the score?
It was 28-3. We let up and let them back in the game, but it wasn't even close. The score don't indicate how much of a beatdown it was.
What? That's why he was probably quiet.
Yeah. He was crying. Yeah, hit him up, and tell him I said, look, when you talk to him, say, hey, Larry won't know why you was crying in the car. But
Damn. Damn. Bum, 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 bum.
yeah. So that basically that work. Going back to work today, new work week, and got our shows this week. Doing what we do. How was your week?
It was busy. Occupied, just getting things in order, life in order, getting my son prepared to go to the Air Force. And I have an announcement. Me and my son's birthday is this week. His birthday is the 8th, and I am the 9th. So yeah, I have a big birthday coming up in a few days. So we're just preparing for our trip. I'm still debating if I want to do a cruise or go to Belize. Like these cruises, they said the best time to go was like October. And like I found one package, it was like I think like $314, but we was going to Honduras, Mexico, like 5 different countries.
7 days?
Yeah.
That's a good deal. 7 days
with Carnival. And I'm so OCD. I've never been on a cruise before. So like when I said like first of all, I'm indecisive. So I could never make up my mind. But I'm just like, I want great food and a comfortable room. Like everything else I can maneuver around. But if my space is not clean, I'm not gonna be able to sleep and be comfortable. And if the food's not good, I'm gonna be upset. So I've been doing so much research. I
can tell you this. I'll give you some real direct advice on this because I just went on my first one a couple of months ago. Okay. And I'm like you. I was extremely skeptical. The food, you're gonna be okay. The food is you're gonna enjoy it. You got different options. I did Carnival. I did the Carnival Liberty out of New Orleans.
Okay.
They got the Guy's Burger joint, which Lord have mercy. Them burgers.
Oh,
that's right. I forgot about that.
They have like a seafood restaurant.
But they do have seafood. They got a lot of seafood because I don't eat seafood. So they got you got your options for seafood. They got some vegan choices and stuff like that. And then when you go to the fancy restaurants, you can order fish and everything that's in your menu. So you'll be all right with that. The key is going to be the drink package. If you get the drink package, that's going to be the key. Double A Antonio Abner, what's up?
I heard I don't think they do the drink package no more for Carnival because it's been crazy. I heard they took that off, or there's like a limit now.
They retooled it because what they were doing, and this is what happened with us. For 2 people in the room, like me and my wife, see, like I don't drink and she does. Okay. So if she gets the drink package, everybody in the cabin has to get one. To me, that's unfair because if you don't drink, you don't drink. Right. And the drink packages were $550 a person. So we would have been looking at an extra $1,100 for unlimited.
That's how they get you.
But a lot of people complained, and we're looking to go on our second cruise. Actually, it changed. So I think they have something, but yeah. You'll go be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay. Because my thing is like doing the excursions outside of that. Okay. We could have went together.
Well, on that note, sis, let's get the show started because Kane's raw. He just ain't playing. What's up, Chris Kane? How you doing, bro? So, sis.
Hi, Kane. Yes.
Tonight's topic. Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna do a 2-parter on this. I think we'll do a 2-parter on this tonight. We're going to do it from the men's perspective. And I know you'll be out on, vacation next week. So when you come back, we'll do part 2 for the women.
Okay, I got to be on part 2. You cannot leave me out on that.
Yeah, part 2, I got you. So we'll have another topic in between. So we'll do part 1 tonight, part 2 in 2 weeks. So part 1 tonight. And since it's around the men, I normally let you do the introductions, but I'm gonna go ahead on and rep for the men. So let me go ahead on.
You're showing off tonight. Look at
you. Hey, I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna show. Hey, I'm gonna show. Look. I got Pac with me. I feel I got my Tupac right here.
Oh, okay. Let me go to my wine. I'm listening.
All right. So the topic of the night for everybody that's watching is. We all know men go through stuff. There's no secret that men go through stuff. And we know that a lot of times men don't want to open up about what they go through. So the question of the night, the question of the hour, sis.
Okay.
Do women really know? Now, I ain't talking about just know of, like we down in the dumps. do women really know and really feel deep down inside when their man is going through something and how deep it is? That's the question.
Do we really know?
Like, do you know? Not just
Without
know, like,
anything.
let's just say, like if a man is dealing with personal struggles, personal battles, you know, he may not have told you, he may not want to take, because most men are going to bottle up. Most men are going to want it because we're wired, our DNA, we are wired to handle business ourselves. We're also wired to not want to put that stress on our women. So, given that, does the woman, you as the spouse, the girlfriend, the significant other, whatever, are you fully aware when a man has hit rock bottom and hit his lowest? Can you really tap into that to help him cope and drag him back? That's the question of the night.
I think that's an interesting question, because I've been in a few situations with my exes where their situation has changed financially, stability. One might have lost their job, and I had one guy I was dating. He lost his job, and he lied to me. And he wouldn't even tell me that he lost his job. Like, he was while I was at work, he would usually supposedly be at work. He was lying to me and saying he was at work because he did not want to tell me he lost his job. And I feel like when you get into that point, when you're in, it all depends on the type of relationship you're into. Like, you have some people that just are kind of like dating. They're, it's not really too serious. But when you're really invested and in tune with your mate, you're going to tell if something is off, and vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? It could be, he might be more shut offish. He might be a little bit, more attitude, or he might start drinking or do substances more. You just never know. But if you know your man, because a woman's intuition is okay. So we're going to know if something's off. And then, once we find out, the real question is, what do we do about it?
Right.
How do we assist them? Like, because some guys, they act like they don't want the help. So as women, what do we do?
We're going to touch on that. But real quick, I'm going to hit the chat. Canes Raw has a question for you. He says, Shy, when you found out, did you instantly break up with him?
No, absolutely not. I was really bothered that he lied to me for those couple of months and things like that. I think it was like a whole 2 months. Like, he couldn't just keep lying, like he ended up getting caught up and ended up, confessing and being honest with me. But I had to first let him know, like, you could come to me about anything. Like, I don't want to have secrets. I don't want to have that type of relationship. And absolutely not. Like, things happen. There's no such thing as a perfect situation or a perfect relationship. And I'm especially back then, I was definitely like a ride or die girlfriend, things like that. But no, I didn't break up with him. I actually held him down. Like, I was the breadwinner for quite some time. I had to make sure things were paid, and he was not comfortable with that at all. And it does take a certain type of man to even be able to cope with that. That's tough, especially if you're dealing with that type of man that's used to being a provider. And but now I'm going to say this, Kane. If he got comfortable and content in the space that he was in and was comfortable with me now being in this new position in the relationship, I would have a problem with that. I would have probably left him, But if I could see, like, no, he's still going out there, he's applying, he's cutting grass on the weekend if he have to, or he's painting on auntie's house to get a couple dollars to make sure bills are paid.
Putting the effort.
That makes a difference. But yeah, if he would have got content and comfortable, I would have definitely left him. Am I wrong for that though, Larry?
No, I agree. I mean, you should have left him because, listen, hard times happen to everybody. I think the thing about hard times is how do you handle the hard times? We know we as men, we're taking care of our households. We know that hard times are going to come. So we have to prepare for hard times. Yeah. But if you as a significant other is going to hold him down during the hard times, but he's still working, because I've been there. I'm a living example of that. Matter of fact, I will be transparent. This is real talk. I'm gonna put it out here like this. D knows the story. I'm gonna put it out here. I ain't got nothing to hide. I was a company driver for 11 years. I decided to go say, you know what? In trucking, I've been trucking for 25 years. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get my own rig, do my own thing. Because I felt like it was time, right? Put the money out there, invested. But I didn't do my homework on the business and the industry. The rates weren't there. Fuel was high. Like anybody that's in trucking will tell you how this goes. Rates are bad. Fuel is bad. These brokers is ripping off the drivers. It's hard, you know, because these dispatchers, they got stuff lined up with certain drivers and stuff like that. So it's hard. You really got to have your ducks in a row. So I fought and I fought and I fought and I hit rock bottom. Like I will never forget. I hit rock bottom and I had to make a decision. I said, you know what? This is not working, but I can't lose everything I got. I can't lose my vehicles, my possessions. I can't let pride get in the way. And pride is the number one thing that a man is going to fight with. And if anything that battles a woman, that is a force field that blocks a woman from being able to take care of the situation, it's a man's pride. And long story short, my wife had to hold it down because I had to let all of that stuff go, give everything up. I took a massive loss on the business side to keep everything on the personal side good. But thank God I was able to get back in the local sector. And I'm good. I'm good now. So she held me down. So I mean, that's how it's supposed to go. I kept it rolling, you know.
But you know what we didn't hit on?
What's that?
Even though, so say the situation is what it is, say he lost his job or, you know, something changed drastically in the relationship and she had to hold him down. I notice that with a lot of women, it's the level of respect.
Right.
You understand? That ends up lacking a lot in the relationship once that man is not where he was financially initially. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know for a fact, I still allowed my man, my husband at the time, to still feel like the king he was as if nothing ever happened. I still cook. I still clean. I still attended my wifely duties, my girlfriend duties at the time. You know, I still did my job. I never took that crown off his head because he fell. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's the main thing and a big thing because I've had friends in the past, you know, and I had male friends too who used to be like, you know, look shy, like since I'm in this situation, my girl don't even she talk at me now. Like she's very respectful, like things change drastically. And it could be because the weight is so heavy on her shoulders. But I feel like if that's the case, the man needs to kind of pick up some of that slack and take a little bit off her shoulders because now the weight is heavy on hers. So if that means, you know what, baby, I'll cook dinner tonight. Or, you know, this is from the husband or from your boyfriend.
I've done that.
You know?
I've done that. That's 100%.
Babe, I got the load. You know, don't even worry about that. But not you on the video games, the house still a mess. She's working 2 jobs now to hold shit down. Of course, that attitude and the respect is going to change. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how can you expect anything different? I mean, do you agree with that?
No, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I am 100% in agreement with that. I've been there and I've practiced that real quick. I want to get some of these chats real quick.
Okay.
Because I think we got our first guest about to check in real quick. Let me get up here. Chris Kane says, bro was probably embarrassed, but I wouldn't have lied about it, which is facts. Cage Raw has a question. He said, Shy, what was the time period you gave him to get on his feet? And did you throw it in his face when you were upset?
See, that's what we were just talking about, the respect thing. So it didn't take him very long, but he ended up getting into a major depression stage. And that's what kind of started drifting us apart. And it was like his whole attitude, like it was, you know, because a lot of men can't handle that. And then it was like right before COVID. So people wasn't hiring, like it was just such bad timing. And I picked up another job. Like I was working my ass off, you know? And of course I'm not that type of female. Like I don't use your situations or anything like that as ammo when we argue or we have a different disagreement. Like I'm not that type of woman at all. Like that, because the same thing happened to me. You know, anything could change tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that in your face. I'm not going to kick you while you're down. No.
Absolutely. And then
How
he
much-
follows up with another question that says, Shy, how much a guy has to make for you to be interested? Or is it as long as he's working and being loyal more important? Boy, Kane's Raw bringing it tonight.
Okay. The salary does have to make sense for both of our type of lifestyles, like I was saying before, because I live a certain lifestyle.
Right.
However, if you're working towards it, like if you're going maybe taking a trade and you're working here and you're not making as much, I would still be interested. That wouldn't
Right.
bother me. And what was the second question?
Let me go back up.
So I mean, to be honest with you, at least to be fair, I would say at least like 80, 85 will be kind of stable.
That's average. That's average.
Yeah,
that's a median average income. Yeah.
As like as a woman in her 40s and dealing with a grown person, like, you know, we got bills, we got things, we're gonna take trips. I think that would still be a number where you could be comfortable and still be able to, you know, do things for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
21 questions, like 50
You say thank you 50 cents. I just want to chill and twist the line.
Hey.
Now I'm gonna be listening to the song after the show. People on
the show think I'm like this mean girl or this mean type of female to my man, and I'm not. I'm such a nice person, but I just have standards, guys. Like I don't take no shit, you know. I don't, bro. But I think everyone thinks I'm like this bougie, like, oh, I won't talk to this guy if he's making. But it has to make sense, guys. Like,
hey. So in other words, some days is most days is gonna be shy and nurturer, but every now and then red gasoline gonna come out, right?
Gasolina, yeah, absolutely. So
Facts.
That's just what it is.
So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get some guests up in here. We're gonna get the people up in here, and let's get a little conversation going. I am going to do as always. I am going to put this link up. And we want you guys to come on and give us your account. And look, we're gonna try to get as many people on here tonight. So we can't be having no doggone dissertations and preaching and sermons and all of that stuff.
Of course not. And also, Mary, I want to tap into the fact, like, I'm the type of female, like, I will retype and redo your resume. I will be on Indeed looking for jobs. Like, babe, I set up an interview for this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be all a part of that, you know, of that process of getting you off your feet, you know. And I'm even the type, like when we used to go out to eat, I used to slide my card under the table to hand it to him or the money. So it won't, you know, so he won't feel no type of way. Yeah. But yeah, if you're not back on your feet or at least trying, I would definitely leave. It says a lot.
Let me say this. There is no better, I guess, feeling of comfort for a man. Like that's the ultimate feeling of comfort to offset his doubt in himself. Because if I'm out, like if we're out and I'm barely making it, and I got to be thinking about, all right, I got to let you get what you want, but I got to order appetizers because I'm not sure that I can afford this bill.
I wouldn't allow that. No, you're going to order your steak. You're going to order your steak.
Exactly.
You know, you're going to still order your lobster tail, whatever the case may be. Absolutely.
What up, Smut? I love Smut, man. I love Smut. Smut is all right with me.
So Smut. So I need you to come into this conversation. So
link is up, y'all.
I don't know if you just got into it because Smut is he's a real dude. Like he's going to tell it how it is, as you could tell, right? So Smut, if you say you lost your income, right? You lost your job, you can't provide, or whatever the case may be. How would you feel, or would you expect for your woman to pick up where you left off and carry the bills financially and things like that? Would you expect her to do those things? I really would like to hear your opinion on that, honestly, because me knowing Smut, like he's definitely like he's straight to the point. Like he's like the provider. He's straight on a man's man. But yeah, I don't know. Like today's society, I think a lot of women, they became so independent and became the breadwinner in a lot of households. And I think a lot of times they are missing the respect to continue to respect their other half. So yeah.
No
I
doubt,
think
no
that's
doubt.
definitely lacking. Hi, Tequila.
Well, we got our first guest is as D say Quella. I remember you. Now D was like, man, you know Quella. All right. What's happening? What's going on?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. How you been?
So what do you think about the topic for tonight?
Well, I'll play like this. I was married almost 2 years ago. So when I got married, my husband was working.
Okay.
And then he stopped working. So after we got married, he wasn't working anymore. So I definitely had to hold down the whole household until he got a job, and that wasn't until November. So mind you, we got married in March, and he didn't get a job until November.
Ooh. Now, did he start changing, like his personality, his attitude? Was he like?
Yeah. Because I was taking care of it. I was literally paying bills, and I live in Florida, so I live in Miami, so our rent is high.
Yeah.
So yeah, when he started working, his bills, his paycheck wasn't even covering half of our bills.
And tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think like men sometimes understand how much as women, because we're used to having that weight on our shoulders. We're used to picking up the pieces, like, you know, especially how society is now, where a lot of us are single mothers and, you know, things like that. But we're so used, and men are used to us picking up the slack, right? However, it becomes 10 times harder when, even though we're supporting them, they don't realize how much we need their support when the tables turn and we're now the providers, the mothers. We still have to be the wife. We still have to, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything is taken care of. And it makes the task even harder, you know?
Yeah, he literally started drinking. So it made it 10 times harder, because now I'm dealing with his drinking issues and then him not working. And he was a truck driver. So with his friend passing away, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but we're nearly a half a year in and you still haven't got a job yet. So I had to pay for a SAP program that was $600. And even with that, he still did not get back to work until I filed for divorce. And when I filed for divorce, that's when he decided to get back on his track. Like, really? Now you're going to wait until after I file a divorce to start back working?
And to act right. So did you guys remain
I wouldn't even
married?
say he acted right. No, we're divorced.
You're divorced now, okay.
Right.
So it was mainly because how everything changed after he,
like a lot of stuff. Yep. And his cousins all spoke to me and they were like, you know, you're taking care of him, so it's an ego thing. I'm like, yeah, but what can I can't stop working to make him feel better, to make his ego feel, you know, stroke his ego. No, I'm not doing that.
So let me ask you, because someone had asked me the question not too long ago, when you guys were kind of like go at it or have disagreements, did you ever like bring up the situation and like throw it in his face or anything like that? Like, did you bring it up at all? Or
I never brought it. I didn't bring it up in the aspect of you're not working, so I'm stressed out. But it was, let me pay for your SAP program. So that program was like $600. Okay, so maybe if we get you back driving your truck, maybe things would change. And like I said, it didn't change until he started working back that was June of last year when he started back working.
But I'll say this real quick. Men know. Like you know, you can communicate that it's pressure, but men know, because just like women know that we're under pressure and we're stressed out, we may not say it. We as men know when you are just got the weight of the world on your shoulders, when you got to pick up our slack. The difference is being a man, whether or not you're going to act upon that. Like I said, when I was going through my situation, and I think that's what made it doubly hard for me, because when I was going through my situation, it really made me feel guilty, because it's like, man, I put us in this situation because I chased a dream of being my own business owner. But at the same time, it's like, as a man, I didn't want to sit up here and say, all right, I never tried to do it. See, now that I've done it, and I have no problem. Hey, I failed at it. But now that I did it, I have no regrets because I tried. And now that I'm back on the other side and I'm back on top and everything is good, as a weight of the world lifted off of my shoulders, there's no regret. But men definitely know.
Yeah. But
so he recently came home probably about 3 months ago, got in trouble, and ended up in jail. So he was sitting in jail for 3 months. Still had to hold him down. Even though we're divorced, he called and I was like, great, here we go. So yeah, I still hold him down after the fact that he went to jail. Now that he's back working, hopefully I don't have to go through helping him again. But yeah, so it was a strain. Like literally for 3 months, it was a strain.
Now, I'm going to be real with you. I want to ask you an honest question, right? A vulnerable question at that. Do you think there could have been anything you could have done differently that probably would have had a different outcome as his wife at the time?
No, I feel like I pushed him and dealt with him and dealt with, waiting whenever he was ready. I was ready for him to go back to work, and it was just too much. So no,
yeah,
I think I did everything I can possibly do to for him to get back on his work and get on his job and everything else.
And you know what though, Larry? I was also thinking, also too, Taquella, I feel like it's a thin line between supporting and enabling them.
Yes. Good point.
You know what I'm saying? It's such a thin line because it's like you want to support them. You don't want them to feel too pressured or judged by us, And then because I feel like with my ex, I end up enabling him completely, and to the point where he was like, you know what? Fuck working. I'm about to be a rapper. So, but then it turned to you're not supporting my dreams, and then I'm like, nigga, the lights need to stay on, right? Bro, we got a $2,800 mortgage we got to pay.
So mine was even worse. So when he stopped working, I was getting my real estate license. So mind you, I passed my real estate test. Doing taxes. And he still complained. I'm like, so how am I supposed to pay bills if I don't do what I have to do? Mind you, I do work.
I'm confused.
I'm working every day. I'm working. Once I get off of work at 8:00, I go start doing my real estate work. Or not that I'm doing what else I'm doing? I was doing taxes. I was like, are you serious?
He was a narcissist.
Yeah, he was.
Real quick. Cage Raw. Okay. He says, I need to hear from their exes because I know slick shots were thrown somewhere.
Okay, you got me on that one. Now, when it came to the rapping thing, I did throw that shit in his face. I'm like, nigga, listen, you not
you should have.
Not Jay-Z. Okay, we not about to.
Yeah, I can't put
that in his face. I was throwing shots. Yes,
I was pushing that truck thing for sure. I was like, I need you to get back on the road because maybe if you get back on the road, maybe this marriage will work out. But yeah, that didn't happen to June. And I was like, you know what? By that time, I was like, I'm already done. I'm already moved out. Trying to get back on my feet.
Okay, so what if he gets on his feet, right? He gets on his feet. He has this epiphany, like, you know what? I was wrong. I'm about to start going to work. And he finds a good job that lays him like $120,000 a year, girl. He gets his life together and he's like, Taquella, I want to come back home, baby.
No, I'm already divorced. I'm different mindset now.
Really?
No.
Not spinning the block.
Not spinning the block.
Damn. What's your sign?
Aquarius. By the way, we got the same sign. We're actually, our birthday's on the same day.
I'm October 9th.
I'm January 23rd. My husband's January 23rd too.
What?
We are a year apart.
Wow.
That's something. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say who it is because they may be watching, but I have a family member who, same situation. This person and her husband didn't cut the mustard, and both of their birthdays on the same day. He didn't want to hold down a job. He didn't want to do right, and they got kids together. And all of the stress was on her to take care of the kids. And she held him down as long as she could until she finally had enough. And here's the bad part. He knew. I would talk to him. I'd pull him on the side like, yo, man, you got to tighten up. You got to do better, dude. Because for me as a man, 48, going on 49, I just don't have the patience to see guys run away from responsibility. I don't have it. Like, you laid down with this woman. You asked this woman to be your wife. You promised to protect and provide for this woman. Now y'all got kids. Y'all done built a life. Y'all got all of these responsibilities and bills and obligations and everything else. And now you want to start acting up. And I get it. As a man, I'm going to say it like this. Men do cry in the dark. We go through it because we got to hold down the household. And let me just go ahead on and say this real quick. You know, so that women can understand. Men, it's our job to take care of our families and go to work and provide and protect. That's what we do. That's universal across all cultures and all races.
Absolutely.
But for brothers, for us as black men, it's multiplied. The challenges are multiplied because we have to do what is expected of a man to do. But we've got to fight the racism in this world. We got to fight trying to climb and get to a higher level because we know we're not going to be given equal opportunity because of our color. We got to wonder when we go out here, if the cops pull us over, are we going to make it home? What kind of cop is pulling us over? Is he legit, if you know, or is he going to put a bullet in our ass? Right. Like, it's a whole lot of pressure and stress that we deal with as black men. So,
but the women are dealing with the same thing that you just discussed too, because society got that bad where we're still dealing with the same thing as well.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about it, what I love about that coming to the forefront is I don't think men really understood what women, with black women of color had to deal with as much. You're seeing it now. When you see a Breonna Taylor getting the same demise as a Philando Castile, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's hard out here. You see these videos, you see black sisters, sisters are getting racism and discriminated against just like the brothers. The cops are being disrespectful to the sisters just like the brothers.
They don't care.
Women in the workplace, black women in the workplace, y'all got to struggle and fight for y'all place just like the brothers.
Absolutely. Yep. So, I agree with you 100%. A man will be with a woman from Burger King or in bum conditions and hold her down financially without a timestamp, but women definitely wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know about that. I can't say that. As a man, I can't say that. Now, as a man, I got to push back on that, bro. I got to push back on that.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree.
I think it used to be like that, but I think times have changed to where both men and women have wisened up to what they want and, more importantly, what they deserve.
Absolutely.
And men or women ain't putting up with that shit. Like,
no.
But let me turn the tables a little bit, just a little bit. There are women out there that want to deal with a man that they have to take care of financially. Like, I don't know if it's just from the trauma of feeling like they are needed more in a relationship, or a guy won't cheat on them, or a guy won't, do certain things because it's like, I need her. I've had conversations with females where it's like, I don't care if my man don't have to work. I'll take care of him and I'll do this, because
that's my cousin. My cousin's girlfriend, wife. I don't know what they're married or not. She literally takes care of him. Like,
see, she has no problem with it, right?
And I have no problem with it.
See?
She comes home, she work all day, and then come home, cook a meal for him, and it is what it is.
As long as that man is home.
As long as he's home, as long as he's happy.
Video game and just lay around all day. My man.
So in other words, it's the insecurity about what he might be doing out the house. So she'll go ahead and take all this extra stress to keep him in the house.
Absolutely.
Not understanding while you're at work, 9 times out of 10, he probably leaving the house still doing what you keeping him in the house to not do.
With the other chick in the car, like all of that.
Yeah, and then I know that she even has called her parents for help. Like, she will post it on Facebook. I'm like, You're sitting here with my you're sitting here with my cousin. Like, really? Like, you can get up and get
hold on. Back up. She will post on Facebook.
My mom got my back. My dad got my back. Yes. While your man is at home sitting here sucking up your air and doing completely nothing.
He's a homeless sexual. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of situations like that, though. You will be so surprised. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's about to be tax season. It's about to be tax season. Oh, you about to really see what it is.
I ain't never seen so many women get pimped for tax season. Go ahead, Quella.
Let me flip this real quick. Trust me, I already know.
And I love to take care of my man. I love to, but it's just like, I'm not going to take care of a man that has no ambition or wants to put us in a better situation, or we working together to grow and to build a legacy and things like that. Like, it's just like oil and water. Like, it just won't mix if we're not on that same page, you know? And like Smut was saying, sometimes tables turn and the girl and the woman has to step up. But the key thing to that is he will not be content with that. You know what I'm saying? There's an exit plan. Like, okay, babe, just give me a month or two, baby. I got you. Like, I'm gonna be right back on my feet.
Exactly.
Shaking my head. Nah, she a whole bird. Where her dumb go. But
hey, I got a question. I got a question for both of y'all. I want to from a man's side. I want to get a lady's perspective.
Okay.
Let's switch from the job aspect and working and the triflingness, because we all know that's just what it is. But let's talk about men that really suffer from deep depression, that's really going through something. How do y'all deal with that? Like he's working, he's doing the best he can do, he's holding it down, he's struggling, he's fighting, he's clawing, he's scratching, he's got good intentions, but he's just suffering inside, you know, and it could be stuff that he dealt with as a child. It could be childhood trauma that he hasn't let go. You've suggested therapy. Maybe he's tried therapy and it hasn't worked. It's just men have certain battles or maybe certain doubts or whatever. How do y'all deal with that?
And I guess I'll go first.
Either or.
I've experienced this in different situations, and I dealt with every situation differently. I think the older that I gotten, and just going through my healing process and going through therapy and understanding my trauma and my background and my past, I was able to identify other outlets. So one thing that I've done, I figured out what makes him happy. What is the outlet for him? You know, there's so many things you can do in the community. If it's traveling, they have this thing now where you can hit glass, bang microwaves just to kind of take anger out. Does he enjoy being by the water? Does he enjoy playing basketball, football? Like, you know, kind of support his hobbies and things that kind of like is the outlet, because a lot of men don't have an outlet. Some men don't like you said, some men don't want to go to therapy. They didn't grow up on therapy. So it's like, man, I'm not going to talk to no shrink. And that's what the white people do. And so some men are still not comfortable with that. So it's like, okay, babe. And then also creating a safe space for your man. You know, can they trust you? Can they communicate to you? Can you be an outlet for them? And are you able to obtain the information and not get an attitude, women? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't attack him. Are you able to handle what he has to say? Because sometimes he just wants someone to listen. Sometimes everything doesn't need a response. You might not agree on what your man is saying out of his mouth, but sometimes as women, we need to sit our asses down and shut our mouths and just listen.
Ooh, she's spitting.
Your man, what is he saying? Listen to his cry. Be that shoulder. Sometimes he just want a hug or just, you know, just hold him, you know? So it just all depends. But if I know my man, the person, my partner, the person I love, I'm rocking with, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to be that backbone that he needs to get out of that depression. I would get books, self-care books, you know, babe, let's read a book together. Like, let's, you know, whatever the case may be, or just suggest certain things, writing, or it's so many things that you can do now. But I definitely, the first thing a woman needs to do is just shut her mouth sometimes and just listen to your man. And he would tell you by his actions and sometimes his words exactly what he needs and what's hurting him.
Real talk. Hold up, Quella. LNV, the link is up, LNV. It's ladies' night, so come on here. Hit that link and come on here. It's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. Go ahead, Quella. What's your response to that?
So I'm gonna agree with Shay. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna agree with you. I also had not only my ex-husband, and also an ex-boyfriend that still to this day he was in the military, so he went through a lot of PTSD, depression. This man has literally but actually he's a friend. He's actually a good friend now. He literally have moments where he was ready to kill himself, and I'm like, you have so much to live for, and I understood. So I literally, like you said, listen. I do shut up. And I do listen.
I do too. Yep.
Just to hear what he has to say.
Well, real quick, not to cut you off, Quella. Not quick, but I'm gonna highlight it. Smut says Afro-American women never gonna shut up. They too combative.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true. You just met the wrong woman, Smut. You just dealing with the wrong type of woman. That's not true. Yep. But go ahead, Tupac. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So even with my husband, he had his issues. I listened to his issues and listened to everything that he had to say. I never belittle him, even when he wasn't working. I never belittle him. I understand all the stress that he went through, and I couldn't do nothing but be there. Even though right now we're divorced, he'll call me and he'll talk. His sister passed away. When was it, last year? So I'm like, he goes through a lot of depths, and like, I listen. That's all I can do is listen. If it's needed to speak, then I'll speak. But for him to get out what he needs to get out, be quiet.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree.
I see Bay in the house. What up, Bay? Bay watching. Bay on the conference.
How are they gonna say we lying when we're the ones that just made the statement that we have to be quiet? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie now. I wasn't always quiet. I wasn't. But like the main thing I said though, Larry, I had to do some healing myself.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference. A lot of relationships is damaged women dating damaged men. So it's like the blind leading the blind.
That's been my issue. Like, I'm literally right now, I'm been in therapy, and yes, I admit it. I was damaged. My husband's damaged. Yeah. So I admit that I am not right now. I've been divorced since March. I haven't dated because I'm not ready.
See,
and I don't want to bring in baggage and damage to the next relationship. So until I'm ready, I'm good.
Yeah. But how do you really know when you're ready?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
It's a process.
It's a process. I don't know.
Because I think what a lot of women also go through, like during their healing process, they get comfortable with sometimes being alone. Like they feel they created a safe space on their own. Then it creates fear of stepping out of the safe space that they just started to create for themselves. So it's kind of like stepping in a deep end of water and you don't know how to swim because you've never been in that space before. Like for women who never been in a healthy relationship, that is scary because it's just like, I'm still taking a chance because I'm not, now I'm healed. I don't want to be tampered with. No. I don't want to be scarred again, So it's like, as women, I don't speak for the women. It's like when you've gone through so much trauma and fear and like basically PTSD, and you've done so much work to heal. Oh my God, to get back out there is very, very scary.
It's scary. It's scary. When I had a friend like recently, she tried to hook me up on a blind date, and I'm like, yeah, I literally told her the same day. I'm not ready yet. Like, even though I would love to.
It's like you're in a bubble. It's like you're in your own little bubble. Yeah.
Well, real quick, y'all, we got another guest of the show. We got our other sis up in here. LNV is in the house. Look, hey, Shy, you know what, Shy, real quick, I'm gonna go. Remember that first couple of shows, man? You ain't had no representation, and the men was they repping tonight. Now it's 1-on-3 right here. It's 1-on-3, so it's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. LNV, what's up, sis?
Hi, sis.
Hey y'all, I'm kind of recovering from a cold, so I probably sound horrible.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
So Ellen, have you
no, but I wanted to touch on
go ahead.
on what you just said, Shy, about being single for so long. I'm kind of going through that right now. I met somebody and I got to get out of my I got used to being single and now I have to get out of my ways, my single ways.
Mm.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Elaborate. What you mean out of your single way? What is your single ways?
Well, when I didn't have anybody to talk to, I wake up, do me. You know what I'm saying? Now,
okay.
Like there are times where
little check
he'll check in. Sometimes I forget to check in, like, oh shoot. And he's a paramedic, so he does get busy, but I do look forward to like the good morning text and have a good day text, thinking about you text. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this.
Look a smut. Look a smut.
Oh God. But it's the truth though. Like you get up, you do what you want to do. Like you could play music, you could just it's like you don't have to be accused of doing something that you're not, like who you with, where you at, where you're going. You do whatever you want to do. And it's like that's the safe space that you end up getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I know when I broke up or separated from my husband, and it's like I got so focused on just really my kids and me, and I can get up and say, you know what? Let's go travel. Let's go to Belize, or let's go to Puerto Rico, or let's just take a road trip, or I could take a road trip by myself. I could go to a winery with my girlfriends, and I could come home tipsy, and look at you, bye bye. I can sit lay in the bed all day, watch Netflix, and I don't have nobody down my back.
You ain't got to cook.
Like I could cook dinner, eat what I want to. I don't have to fix a 5-course meal all the time. Like it just but I'm not gonna lie, you get lonely too, because you want to have that companionship, So I don't know. It is what it is. It's good and bad to it as well. But at the end of the day, I know that I was a great wife. I've been a great girlfriend, but I had my flaws too. But you learn. You learn through that.
So real quick, Ellen, we've been talking about it. I know you got in a little bit late. I'm gonna ask you the question that we had Quella and Shy answer. How do you deal with men when they're at their lowest? I know it's been a while, like you said, you're getting back into it, but I guess I could say previously, or how are you going to approach it, to be able to deal with a man when he reaches his lowest to support him?
What's his lowest?
Well, like for a man, like men go through stuff, and as men, we don't necessarily show it. We try to hide it. We try to, handle stuff on our own. But let's just say, like, deep down inside, he's really just crashing out inside, but he's doing his best and he's not letting it be known. He's not showing it, but How do you support a man when he's at his lowest in that position?
I've been in situations where he let me help him. I've been in situations where he didn't let me help him. Like I dated a guy around the time where it was like the anniversary of his mother passing, and there was some other stuff going on. And he was like closed off. And I tried to be there, but it was like he pushed me away.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I dated a guy who he hit rock bottom, and he was able. He let me in.
Right.
So,
what do you mean he let you in? Like, give us an example of how he let you in. Like, what did that look like?
Like he
tell you exactly what to do, or
no, he didn't tell me. He just let go and let me do whatever I could do to help him. Like
okay.
as far as he lost his job, and I did help him out when I could. Give him extra money or whatever.
Okay.
Help him with his child support. But he let me do it. Some guys wouldn't. They wouldn't accept money from women.
How long did that last though? Were you doing it like for a couple of months? Was it like a year?
It
Or
wasn't
was
a year. He ended up getting another job. It wasn't long. It was maybe like a few months.
okay. Well, that was real nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
But okay,
Um
so Larry, so what are we supposed to do? And this is for all the men that are listening. If we're in a situation and the man doesn't allow us to come in, they don't allow us to help. Like, what do we do then?
You got to do it. And my wife, I don't know if she's still watching, but if she would come on, she would tell you. I was like that. Like when I was shut down, and I would like, she would just be like, she knows I'm going through something.
Okay.
And I would shut down and not say nothing. Like, I'm good. I'm all right. Don't worry about it. I got it. You know the usual responses that a man gives. You got to find a fine line to break that wall and break him into leaning on you. Because what happens in that situation, a man's pride, and that's what I can say I dealt with, and I'm pretty sure most men are going to agree with me. A man's pride is going to be what stops him from opening up and leaning on you and letting you do your job. And what you got to do is you got to tear. Now it's a special way to do it. You got to be able to break the walls of that man's pride. And once you get on that other side and he knows that you got him and he knows, okay, I can go ahead and exhale and she got me. Yeah, that's how you be able to. But it's hard because you're dealing with ego. You're dealing with a man's ego and pride. When God wired us, the male, DNA and put us together, ego and pride was the two things that he gave us that it's a blessing and a curse. Because ego and pride will be a fuel for me to strive and do the best I can do. But at the same time, it could be a barrier. And in my marriage with my wife, and she'll tell you this, my ego and pride for a long time, I wouldn't let her do her job as my wife.
See?
But when I check myself and let you say, you know what? I need her. I can't do this. She's the one in this, and this is probably the most important thing. You got to have a spiritual relationship.
Very true.
I did not have that. Like I recognize the higher power of God, but I wouldn't go to God. We wouldn't pray together. Yeah. None of that stuff.
And I think that goes for the woman and the man, the woman and the man
together. Yes.
That when we're trying as the woman to support you, and I'm saying you as all men, we're trying to support you. We're trying to be there. And you guys are emotionally attacking us, and we're feeling neglected. Now we're going through the emotional abuse and the manipulation and the gaslighting. Like we're taking all of that. That's considered abuse. That's emotional abuse. Which sometimes it's worse than physical abuse. But it's like once now we're going through this abuse. It's like what do I do now? Like I'm still giving you the little bit that's left of me to save you, and at the same time I'm losing myself, and I think you're right, Larry. That's when it comes to that spiritual relationship that you have with the higher power, whoever that may be to anybody. That's what makes the difference. I think that's the foundation that it should be with any relationship, and it does make a difference. But it's tough, man. It's tough when you're dealing with when you respond. I don't want to say responsible, but I guess when you're married, I would say responsible. But when you're dating, it's a little different. But when you're married as a wife, I feel like I'm responsible for a lot of things when it comes to my husband and my significant other. So it's like that means I have to pray for you. Like I'm praying for you at night, those late nights. I'm crying for myself. I'm also crying, Lord, help my husband. Please heal my husband, So it takes this certain woman to be able to handle these type of relationships. And I like to always refer to more like marriages than anything, but you know,
and I'm not to cut you off, sis, but I'm a living witness to that, because my wife, she had to do that for me when I was like, it took a long time, because we've been married 27 years. It took a long time for me to get to where I'm at right now, where I'm fully like, I'm open to just being vulnerable, because men will not be vulnerable for shit.
Yeah,
that's just facts. Men are not going to want to let their vulnerability be known or seen or felt by. And let me tell you something. That ain't just with my wife. That's with my mama. Because I could go to my mama and she could know something wrong. What's wrong, baby? Nothing, mama. Don't worry about it. I'm good. That's just how we are. Like, we don't want to let our vulnerability be exposed, but it's a process. And I hate to say it, you know, not every man has traveled that journey in that process where he's okay letting his vulnerability be worked on with his woman or his wife.
Yeah. But that just proves that there's some things that you really, that's deeper, that you have to work on in your relationship, you know, like the foundation of the trust.
Correct.
And creating that safe space for each other, not just creating that safe space for your husband, but for each other, you know. So it's deep.
So I have a return question for the panel, and hey, go for it. I'm gonna just throw it out there. Everybody, give me your answer. So now that we've had this discussion, and now that we've identified some factors, how are you guys? And I know everybody's on their own individual healing journey, you know, moving into the future. But when you do get past that healing journey, and when you do get to a point where you're ready and you've found somebody you're dealing with, how are you going to approach it? Knowing what you came from and what you dealt with versus now you know what you need to do moving forward. So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, once you've healed and once you've identified and you're confident in yourself and who you are as a woman, how are you going to deal moving forward with whatever men you guys deal with when they start to put those barriers and those boundaries up?
Well, I'm going to start to say, like, I'm going to start it off, ladies, and tell me if I'm wrong. But in the very beginning, there's certain questions that are mandatory that I have to ask that's going to take it to, I guess, the start of a great relationship. Like questions that I didn't even ask when I was like younger or even like years ago. Like I just being through those things. Like I think we mentioned it like last week or the week before, Larry, in our show. We would ask questions on like, how is your relationship with your mother? How's your relationship with your kids? How do you handle stress? How do you handle loss? How do you grieve? What does grieving look like to you? You know, like what are your outlets? It's just certain questions now. Like before we even get to we're dating, I'm like, bloop, answer these questions and we could go to chapter 2. Okay. I'm serious. Because those questions, I'm telling you, will say a lot and will tell a lot about the type of man that you're dealing with.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you want me to help you?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Because you're not guessing and you're not kind of playing the guessing game and like y'all, the rat in the wheel where y'all chasing and running around. Like you're putting it out there and he has to specifically. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Because I think it would be a red flag if you'd be like, help. I don't know. I'm not a nigga that need help. You know, like that would be a red flag.
Yeah. I have a cousin going through that. Now I hope she doesn't hear this, but her husband is like that. He doesn't communicate. He'll leave her out, and if he needs help, he won't say anything.
He leaves her out like how?
No communication, doesn't tell her anything. So if something happens, she doesn't know until it's an old sugar honey iced tea moment.
But is he doing that to protect her or for her not to like worry about certain things because he feels like I just got it?
Yeah.
Where's like,
But
what's his angle? You know,
his angle is I'm the man and I'm supposed to be the one to take care of everybody. And I've told him, yeah, you can think like that, but you don't know if there's something she can do for you. So you don't have to stress yourself and keep her out.
And he's burning himself out by doing everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stress.
yeah.
That's just us added stress when he can just ask, yo, can you help me do this? Or can you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
know a lot of men
burning him
like
out.
that. I know a lot of men like that. I was about to say my brother is number one, and probably all of my brothers.
She'll
but
tell you.
like,
She'll tell you. Wifey will tell you.
My example like that. He will.
that's my
You know
responsibility.
he needs something and he won't ask. It's like, do you want me to just go ahead and do it for you? Like his child support, the same way like with me. He had issues with driver's license and his child support. I'm like, look, you want me to just pay it for you just to get it over with so you can just be child support free? And he was like, yeah. So I end up paying it.
And
Just
then too, you might be dating somebody whose love language is acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But y'all want to know something though? I'm gonna give you the 3 famous words that a man will tell you that even if it's hard, it's either gonna happen or it's not gonna happen. But he's gonna tell you this. Huh?
Is it? I got it.
Yes, I got this.
Yep.
A man will tell you, a man can know deep down inside that this is going to be hell or high water to accomplish, to pay this, to buy this, to attain this, to overcome this situation, whatever it is. Hell or high water. I'm going to have to, if I had to run through a brick wall, I'm going to need a Mack truck and I still probably won't get through it. But for the sake of the protection aspect of his marriage, his relationship, he's going to say, baby, I got this, even if he knows damn well he might not. And then he wants to settle you down and make sure you're good. Then after he sees that you're good and you're settled down, now the stress just got a whole lot tougher and the pressure just got a whole lot tougher because now he got to make good on that promise that he just told you that he got this. So now he got to go out there and do it, even if it means robbing Peter to pay Paul to make it work.
So Larry, you raised your hand and said you're the same way, that you basically explained yourself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And Kane just said that that's considered pride. I believe that was Kane that said that. That's pride.
Yeah.
Would you say that's pride, or how would you? Because that's not healthy, Larry. So do you feel that that's something that you could work on, or you need to work on?
It's a process that, and like I said, my wife will tell you, it's a process that I've been working on. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But the difference with me and my situation and who I am versus many other brothers that maybe haven't gotten to that level is I had to get to the lowest where I realized, like, you know what, I can't do this alone. I'm not talking about the physical and the financial part. I'm talking about the coping part. I'm talking about being able to understand that I can't handle certain scenarios and situations on my own. As I said before, I got to be vulnerable and I got to open up and I got to let you know, hey, I'm bothered. I'm going through this. I'm going through something.
So you've been doing that. You. So you've been communicating.
I communicated because at the end of the day, when you don't communicate and you don't say nothing, see, and this is where arguments and disagreements happen. Mm-hmm. Because when you don't communicate and don't say nothing, the women are going to think that you're just being evil and just being hateful and all of that. When deep inside, you're fighting a battle within yourself as a man. You're trying to win and you want the best, but you just haven't acknowledged that you need help to be able to unlock the best.
Wow. That's deep. That was deep, Larry.
I've been there. Deep. I'm still there. But like I said, I've come out of a lot. But like I said, credit my wife. I got to credit her because she and listen, it wasn't always easy. Like she had to literally, pull my man card sometimes. She had to be like, look, nigga, You know,
Yeah,
y'all know my
no.
wife. Y'all know my wife. My wife, she's fucking straight up with it, you know, and
Yeah.
that's what I needed, you know,
But
and
it takes a certain woman to be able to handle that, though.
boom,
It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. I'm telling you, like, I didn't know. I didn't know if it was you, Ken. I think it was somebody else who said pride. But yeah, it's definitely not for the weak, you know. So, kudos to you, though, Larry. I'm very proud of you.
It's a process. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an everyday process, but
it is.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
We are. We are. We definitely are. What? Shaking my head. See, that was Rocky. Rocky said it was the pride.
Rocky
Rocky said it was definitely pride. But I just think that when it comes to the Black community for men, I don't think there's a lot of support and accountability. You know, I feel like a lot of the guys, they just
be careful. Be careful. No, I'm just helping. I'm just warning you, sis. Be careful.
There's not a lot of support for you men, really, because like when I was dealing with it with my significant other at the time, he didn't have support, you know, and me being a married woman at the time, like he didn't have other husbands that were going through that could support him and say, bro, it's okay, you know, come on, let's go play basketball, let's do something healthy, or you know, things like that. Like talk to your wife, yo, like. It wasn't that going on.
It is limited. Yeah, it is limited.
Know? So
my husband didn't know how to talk. He did not know how to communicate.
Yeah.
And that's where we bumped heads at. And me, I like Larry, I would shut down. Mm-hmm. Like me, I will not talk to you. Give me 10 minutes. Let me gather about myself and then we can go ahead and talk. But there was times.
That's how my wife is. My wife is like
that. But my ex-husband's aggressive. So when he's going through something, he's going to talk to you right then and there. And we can bump heads and like, I ain't ready to talk to you.
I was like that. I had to change that.
will literally, let's say that he's on the road and me and him arguing, I will block him. I'll block him for a whole day. I will put you on block for a whole day until I'm ready.
That will probably piss him off.
Oh yeah, it pissed him off every time. He done got to the point where he'll call me *67. He will have that app where you can have a whole different number. I'll block it too. And like give me a minute, and when I'm ready to talk to you, I will talk to you.
So Chris Kane said, "See, that's not what I have a problem with. Sometimes we get in our own way, and we try to do so much, and we just want to do it and get it over with."
Amen. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true.
He just probably didn't just want to talk to you.
Wow.
Smut, go to sleep.
Smut, man. I love smut, man.
When I go through stuff, I get quiet. And a lot of men do.
Yeah.
And some women do too. I'm a huge communicator. Like communication is like the main thing I need to have in my relationship. However, I don't like to argue. And if I see that we're both kind of like being aggressive or we're really upset, I will take a ride in my car or I will take a walk and I'm like, let's just chill. And I'm going to come back so we can revisit this in a little bit.
Right.
But some men might take that as disrespect. Like some men might get more aggressive, like, where you going? Like, you know,
but that's because there's no understanding. In other words, I didn't really take it as disrespect, but I did feel some kind of way at times. But that's because I did not understand at the time that my wife needs her space. When she would get angry, upset, or she needed a moment, or she needed to take stuff in, and it was my way of thinking, like, look, we need to talk about this now. We need to handle this right now, because as men, we want to handle this right now. And she was like, well, I need a break. Let me go take this in. I need to get away. I need to breathe. And it's just two aggressive attitudes want their way. Yeah. And there was no compromise. But when we got to the point where we realized, okay, she knows that I'm the type that I want to talk about stuff right then and there. Yeah. I know that she needs to go ahead on and get her moment. So we had a compromise. You know how we do it? She'll go ahead. I'll let her have her time to compose herself. But then she knows that in a certain amount of time, she's going to come. She's not going to drag it out. She's going to take as much time as she needs to compose herself. But then she's going to come to me whenever, because she knows I want to talk about it. Exactly. We have a meeting of our minds. We have a compromise. And that's how you work shit out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I agree. You know,
But
we were
it
both
takes
aggressive,
time
so
to
it
get
never really happened. But it's funny because when we first started dating, we had our first arguments. Like, look, I'm the type of person who will, one, I'm gonna shut down on you, and two, I'm gonna need some time. When I'm ready, I'm gonna come back. And normally didn't take that long, but after being married for a year, it's like, you know what, homie, take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But I think it's just the fact that, you know, what is it? You listen to understand. You know, it makes a huge difference in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just really try to understand your partner a lot more, it makes a huge difference in a relationship. What did he say? Did he say this is therapy?
Yeah, Rocky says this is therapy.
It
is. This
is because
this is
it's
the
a lot.
Right. This is the stuff that doesn't get talked about. And you, like I said, we always said if we could help one person, be it live in the chat or on the rewatch, we're doing our job.
Yeah.
So
you know what, guys? I have to say this. I was on Instagram the other day, and a young lady said, and tell me if I'm wrong. She said, if a guy takes you out on a date, it is benefiting him too. And those are the type of guys you need to stay away from. If he doesn't do anything that doesn't benefit him, but just benefits you, that's a green flag. Y'all agree with that? I'm sorry. That's just been on the back of my head.
I can see that.
So if a guy's always taking you out when he wants like the kudos, whatever, it's like you don't really deserve it because you really haven't done anything to benefit just me alone. So how can you really say you care about just me when you're benefiting from what you're doing, quote unquote, for me too?
You have some guys that have been through so much stuff that they know in other words, they appreciate, they sense you're a good woman and they appreciate that. So they're just going to put their all into it.
Just like flowers and stuff like that, just because.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a red flag if a guy's always doing something that includes him. Would you guys consider that being a red flag?
I wouldn't think so.
Not necessarily a red flag, because a guy naturally is going to want to be included. But if it's all the time, then it might be a red flag. If it's pure, but if you get some moments where it's all about you and he ain't worried about himself, green light.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like when I'm like when I was dating for real, like when I was really like a single woman, right? And I'll just meet a guy or something, and he'll send me like money, like, hey, treat yourself to lunch. I'd be like, oh, it was like different than like, hey, do you want to go to lunch? I don't know, like it was different. Or like, hey, I just I got a gift certificate for you or gift card for this spa. Whenever you get some time, I see you've been stressed out this week from work. Enjoy yourself. I don't know. When she said that, I was like, It did make me kind of look at like a little situation a little different. I don't know. But
that's because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. That's because y'all been dealing with the damn scallywags and all of that, and y'all don't know what a good man is when a good man come around. You know what? Just because I'm outnumbered, goddamn it, I'm gonna represent. Y'all been dealing with them goddamn scallywags.
Not a scallywag.
Scallywags. I'm taking it back.
I'm gonna probably just agree with you, Larry. Because once you get a taste of something different. It's like, well, damn, I don't messed up a whole lot of times in my dating time.
Yeah,
I would definitely,
Yeah.
That's triggered, Larry, for real. Like, I'm like,
I'm keeping it a buck. Hey, look, the older I get, I'm not biting my tongue and walking on the eggshell. If y'all have, or I ain't gonna say y'all, but if women in general, if it applies to y'all, then it is what it is. But if a woman in general deals with a man who is trying to do more for her, and she has questions about his intentions and his integrity and everything, it's because y'all been dealing with scallywags and y'all don't know what a good man is at times. I'm saying it. I'm going there.
No. Hold on. You saying if we're not used to them doing things for us, singly? Like,
if you feel like them doing things for you, have to question their intentions about doing stuff and not including themselves and doing it for you.
No. That wasn't it. It's the opposite, Larry. It's the opposite that we're saying.
Or if they're including themselves?
Yeah, all the time. Like, the lady was basically saying if the man is always including himself, which he's benefiting from all the time, then that should be considered a red flag that that's not the guy really for you. You understand what I'm saying? If
I got you now.
Included. Yeah. So yeah. So
what? Okay. My apologies. All right, my bad.
Damn.
Sorry. No, I get like that because I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And I ain't got no shame. Like I said, now I keep other people's business out, but these my girls. Okay, so I'm gonna say it.
Right.
Them mammoth scooters don't know how to pick men. So at the end of the day, when you picking these damn scallywags, that's why I got hot. That's why I got hot. Because I told them
he'll probably say the same thing. My dad, when we were growing up, even now, we're grown. We're like 45 and 40. So literally, he is the type of father would send us roses just because, open doors and this and that, do everything a man's supposed to do. So when you start, you know that that's what you're supposed to expect. But then when you get older and we like these thug ass niggas and whatever, but like, yo, you know what? Daddy did teach us this, and he ain't doing this. That's not the one for us.
I'm telling you, when a woman has a relationship with their dad, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, their history with dating like men is so different compared to a woman with no dad in their life. You would, and this is my opinion, you would like literally see what a significant difference it is, honestly, because it's like when your dad is in your life, because my dad was in my life for a short period of time, but we was like so close, and there was moments and long periods of time when he wasn't. And I'm telling you, in those time frames when my dad was like really in my life and we were going out together and doing things, my standard of a man like significantly changed. Like I don't need to deal with that shit. Like, my daddy got me. Like, I'm sorry, because I was a daddy's girl, you know? So it was like, my dad, why would I allow you to do that? And my dad can make sure my car is fixed and this, and that. Like, you ain't doing what? Okay, bye. You know, my daddy got me. So it's like, you wouldn't even
not only that, let's say that you came from a 2-parent home. And when you see how your dad treats your mom,
that part.
You also know how you're supposed to be treated. So when you're getting married or you're dating, if you're not treating me like how my dad taught my mother,
that part,
thank you.
Then I don't need
facts.
That part. My grandfather used to get up, like when we used to have the snowstorms, he used to shovel the sidewalk, the driveway. My grandmother wouldn't lift up a finger, you know. So it's just Shy's dad and daughter's lives. He structured her to understand. Oh, but yeah, you know. So yeah, I just really think it's a huge difference, and it's crazy because like with the guys and their relationship with their mothers, that's a thin line though, because they could create like those mama. It's 2 different type of mama boys, you know. Like, it's a thin line because you have the ones where it's like they become so needy and expect you to be their mama, compared to the ones where it's like, I respect my mother, she taught me this, I could do this, blah blah blah. I know what I want in a woman. I want someone similar to my mother, but not just like my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think when it comes to the mama's boy aspect, I think that depends if the dad was there. Because I was a mama's boy, but my dad was there, so I knew how to still be a man and not be dependent. Like, my mother was there for nurturing and not for my survival. So when you have a man who is a mama's boy and the dad wasn't there, the nurturing is always going to be there because that's a woman's instinct, is to nurture her child. But also the survival instinct is also there, right there as well. So, but look, we got 5 minutes left, so we're gonna get up out of here real quick. But Quell, I appreciate you. LNV, I appreciate you. Y'all want to give some departing words before we get y'all up out of here?
I want to say you hit on 2 points: communication and compromise.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did.
No doubt.
I like that.
Yeah.
See that? Old Larry Frank be dropping dimes every now and then.
I know. Go ahead, brother.
Rocket.
Quella?
Larry, well, coming from a man's point of view and dealing with my exes and all that, now you put more perspective as far as listening more, being quiet to see men do have issues. Men do have some issues that they're not going to open up to. Right. So that did put a perspective, especially with me going through my healing process, that did put a perspective as far as my next person that I'd end up dating.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad we was able to help.
I'm glad. Well, you know what? For everybody, man, I'm a hope for the best and pray for the best for y'all. Yeah, look, y'all good people. I already know, man. It's just life be lifing, and you know how that is. So, but we thank both of you for being on. You know, like I said, we had to get some ladies up in here because poor sis,
you
man.
for your support, ladies. I love y'all.
Because the fellas every show, man, the fellas I gotta give it to Shy, bro. She know how to hang, but
yeah, I be needing y'all though. I ain't gonna lie, I be needing y'all sometimes. I be leaving out here like, you see how Larry snap? I always gotta be ready, like.
yeah, that nerve.
We got you.
Thank you.
No doubt. So be on the lookout for more shows, man. We want y'all back. LNV, you know you're a regular. Quella, you a regular too now.
I'm back
All
on.
right, so
no doubt. Such a pleasure, ladies. I'll see y'all next time.
No doubt. Y'all have a blessed one. All right.
You too. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. Well, sis, I mean, I think we're gonna put a bow on this thing. That was an awesome show, man. I think we really got some good stuff out the way. Go ahead and give your departing words for the night.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and schedule me a therapy session this week. Like, this was a great show tonight. For real.
Yeah.
But no, like at the end of the day, there's no relationship that's perfect, you know. And then when you're starting to know someone or you're trying to get to know someone, you know, it's like climbing a hill. It's a battle, you know. But at the end of the day, tables can always turn, and they can turn just like that. And like I was telling everyone earlier, as women, sometimes all we need to do is just listen to our man and support them. And just knowing what your boundaries are and communicate. You know, I'm not saying just stay in a relationship and you're being disrespected and, you know, and you're holding it down and things go left and it's just really bad and you're losing yourself. We're not saying to just stick it out and do that, but it needs to be some type of resolution and a solution, you know, and just communicate. Sometimes if you just have one conversation, that can sometimes change a lot. But yeah, I just think that a lot of women just need to support their men more in those type of situations. I don't feel like men get supported as much. I feel like a lot of times women think that because they are a man that they got it. Everything is okay. And sometimes men, sometimes all you have to do is just it's okay to let your woman know that you don't have it and you're not okay. Sometimes it's okay to not be okay. But if that woman loves you, she's going to support you. She's not going to judge you and she's not going to put you down. She's going to be your shield and she's going to see things that you might not see at the time. But if she doesn't support you, and that's only if you don't get content in being a certain way too long. But if your woman doesn't support you and doesn't communicate and be that shoulder, then maybe you need to reconsider who you're being with. So I hope that helps. I hope my brother and I helped you and guided you. And therapy is always the answer for me. I love therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy, guys. So, and there's couple therapies too. So that's always a thing.
No doubt.
But yeah, that's my little piece.
Beautiful words. Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead on and just shut it down like this. Just communicate and compromise. Like LNV saw what I said. C and C. Do that. And if you do that, I'm telling you, things will be so much better.
Yeah.
Look, thanks to everybody for being here with us tonight. Thank you, LNV. Thank you to Quella for being our special guest. Shy, as always, thank you for doing what you do, bringing the heat and bringing the energy as well. Shouts out to the chat and everybody. Check this out. Shy will not be here. Shy going to be on vacation next week, so I'm going to give y'all a quick tidbit. Next week, sis, it's gonna be rough. Good thing you're gonna be gone. We talking Charlie Kirk, MAGA, and all this stuff with the National Guard. So we're gonna get into some serious shit next week.
Oh,
yeah, that's gonna be what we're talking about. So y'all be here for that. NFL show will be up here Wednesday night. Get the U-Talk app, U-Talk podcast, where you get your apps and everything like that. And look, y'all know how we start every show. You know how we end every show. Ain't no us
without you, baby.
Without you, baby. Y'all have a great week. Thank you. It's Real Talk. See you next week.
See ya.
Deuces.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday. It's Sis' birthday. Make sure, hey. If they don't send you nothing, you let them know when you come back.
Yeah.
Call them out.
Yes. And email me if you want my cash app. Just email me. I'll send it to you.
Bet. Y'all have a good one, man. It's Real Talk.
All right. Bye.
Much love. All right.
From the heart of the city to the edge of the world, telling stories of black kings and queens.
It's U-Talk, baby.
Every topic, every voice, like a new kind of pearl. Shining light on truths to make the future swirl. It's Real Talk, baby. El Frank and Shy Blue coming through, baby. Real topics, real stuff for the people, baby. Buckle up and let's roll with Real Talk, baby. It's Real Talk, baby. It's Real Talk, baby. It's Real Talk, baby. And it ain't no me without you, baby. It's you talk, baby, and it ain't no me without you, baby. From the heart of the city to the edge of the world,
It's U-Talk, baby.
Black kings and queens, but both that I'm from.